15th of August 1947, India finally got its independence. After the most awaited day, India began by taking small baby steps, one step at a time. But these decisions we're talking about make a huge impact in our life and the way we live. The great nation we know today is a result of these initiatives. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru swore in as the first Prime Minister of India. He laid the foundation stone of the path we all are walking on today.
When we began, we had nothing. The colonial rulers destroyed every asset we had before they left. India was clueless. What do we do? Where do we begin? The answer resonated loudly: science and technology. Year 1954, Bhakra Nangal Dam.
Bhakra Nangal, man's Herculean effort to harness the might of the turbulent Sutlej to serve one of India's most arid regions.
These are vintage visuals taken during the time India laid the foundation stone on the Bhakra Nangal Dam.
The world's biggest single irrigation network, the Bhakra Nangal project symbolizes the growing strength of the nation and its determination to go ahead. The Bhakra Dam will be the second highest in the world, towering to 680 feet.
That what is being done in India today is something of tremendous magnitude.
Mr. Nehru looks upon such works as new temples and places of worship.
A revolution does not mean the breaking of heads. A revolution means changing things in a big way.
A button is pressed and the Sutlej flows into the canal.
Nehru dedicated this very dam to the people of newly independent India. He termed this dam as the temple of the beginning of modern India, a symbol of our might. By constructing huge dams, Nehru wanted to change the geography of the newly formed India. Bhakra Nangal Dam changed the future of India in such a way that it can be felt even today, when we see the farmers around Bhakra Dam flourish. Ever since Bhakra Nangal Dam opened its gates, irrigation issues faced by farmers came to an end forever. They didn't have to wait for the mighty rain gods to bless them for a bounty crop. Nehru was a visionary, and he believed it was essential to construct dams across India and have irrigational facilities in place. He believed it was the first step to stabilize India's financial condition. The reason behind this was simple. More than 3/4 population of India was related to the agriculture sector, but constant famines or floods destroyed everything in its path. On one side, these mammoth dams protected villages from flood, and on the other side, they proved to be a lifeline during droughts. Not just the whole of Punjab, but the deserts around Rajasthan started to flourish. But Jawaharlal Nehru wasn't content just building one dam. He believed the future of India must be shaped by the people of India themselves. And for this, it was very important for us to take the help of science and technology. India needed establishments which would groom scientists and engineers.
Mr. Nehru stresses the importance of scientific and technical education.
This very jail in Kharagpur, West Bengal, was once the home of several freedom fighters who were jailed by the British during the fight for freedom. But after independence, this very structure became a center for distinguished technical education. In 1948, under West Bengal's Finance Minister Nalini Ranjan, a committee proposed to start 4 different IITs in India. Nehru immediately gave his seal of approval.
सारी दुनिया बदल रही है, इंसान बदल रहा है, नई नई ताकतें आती हैं, और अगर हम इनको नहीं समझें और हम नहीं समझ के उनको इस्तेमाल करें अपनी भलाई के लिए और दुनिया की भलाई के लिए, तब हम पिछड़ जाएंगे, रह जाएंगे। खाली हम ऐशते रह जाएं और लंबी लंबी बातें करें, दुनिया आगे बढ़े।
Nehru didn't believe in fancy charismatic speeches. He believed what India really needed was action to lay the foundation to a brighter future. India's first IIT began in 1950 in Hijli jail. Between 1954 to 1964, 4 IITs were opened in different parts of India. Today the number stands at 16. IIT students and faculty members are known to have made India a global name. Now IIT challenges even the best technological colleges around the world. This is exactly what Nehru had envisioned back then. Nehru had pioneered another initiative, India's nuclear program. He believed the future belonged to the country that can harness the nuclear energy. World-renowned scientist from India, Homi Jahangir Baba, had finished his education from Cambridge University. Nehru gave Homi Baba the responsibility of harnessing nuclear energy. In 1954, the Nuclear Committee was established. The very same year, the Apsara reactor was inaugurated. In 1957, India's first ever nuclear research centre was established. As a Prime Minister, Nehru had made up his mind to never carry out nuclear experiments, but under the leadership of Homi Baba, India kept the window of making an atom bomb open. It was the result of this that Prime Ministers Indira Gandhi and Atal Bihari Vajpayee were able to see successful nuclear tests being carried out in India much later.
After Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri became the Prime Minister. Lal Bahadur Shastri was the Prime Minister of India for only 18 months. During his tenure, India went to war against Pakistan. But the biggest question that haunted Lal Bahadur was, what exactly is the meaning of democracy for a country in which more than 50% of the population slept with no food and no clothes to wear, and most people barely made ends meet?
After India's victory in the 1965 Indo-Pak War, Lal Bahadur Shastri was in high spirits. Filled with confidence, India had just come out of a war, and Shastri gave a new direction to India. Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. After the war, India was battling financial crisis. With a short supply of essential goods like rice, India was in a dilapidated situation. India's population was increasing, but our farming yield was insufficient to fill the stomach of the growing population. Because of outdated farming practices, India spiraled into a state of famine. Because of the poor state, unwillingly India had to come to a compromise with America. Under PL 480, India started importing essential food items like wheat and rice from America. This was not a temporary arrangement. Because of the 1965 Indo-Pak War, India's situation became worse than ever before. Under these circumstances, Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri made it a national agenda to come out of the famine. To set an example, he started growing rice in the lawns of the PM residence. Not just this, he even appealed to the people of India to fast for one day every week to reduce the burden of the food crisis. The biggest step Shastri took to change the face of India was starting the Green Revolution. Soon, hybrid seeds were being developed in India, and the results were spectacular. It doubled the produce in a few years. New farming techniques were being implemented, and farmers across India started becoming self-sufficient. The result of Shastri's initiatives can be seen even today. Not just crops, he also changed the face of the dairy industry in India. Soon, rivers of milk started flowing across India. It was during his tenure that Amul laid the foundation of the milk revolution in Gujarat. Lal Bahadur Shastri couldn't live long enough to witness the full potential of his initiatives. After him, Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India.